Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do our reading for Sagittarius for July 2021. This is going to be for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, or Rising, as always. Many of you are intuitively guided to the reading, and you may not have Sagittarius in your chart. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition. That's what your guides would tell you. Some of you may have planets in the sign of Sagittarius, or you're in love with a Sagittarius. So whatever brought you, I just want to say welcome. I'm so happy to have you. We're going to go ahead and begin our reading. We're going to start with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. All my decks are pre-shuffled, by the way. And let me bring this down. I think that's good. Okay, let's begin. Okay, well, it's too many, but we're going to take the ones that are face up. We have health. My prayers for healing miracles have been heard and answered. We have sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. And we have mother. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. Health, sobriety, mother. It's interesting. I'm just picking up as someone may carry something that their mother already does or did, and that could be an illness, or it could even be like a drinking problem, that type of thing. We'll see. All right, let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. Someone may be kicking a habit, and if that's the case, congratulations. All right. We have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles is looking right at that Ten of Swords. This may be someone who's looking for some type of stability in one's life, but those 10 swords had, first of all, the 10 swords are first. And this queen is looking back at them. So, I mean, can you be going through the 10 of swords right now? Of course you can be. But I feel this is more about the reflection over those swords. How did they happen? What do these swords represent? What's the core of these swords, right? That's that feeling stabbed in the back over and over. Some of you may have, I don't know, like grown up in a, maybe not a real stable home, for whatever the reason. And those swords, I feel like those swords are swords that I've carried around for a while. But now the Queen of Pentacles is using a rational mind to look at them, right? What I like about the Queen of Pentacles showing, it really doesn't matter what sign you are here, or, where your pentacles are not, because I feel like this is talking about the way she's looking at these swords. And the Queen of Pentacles' specialty is seeing between seeing the details other people are missing. So I feel like, definitely feel like someone is giving a good hard look to these 10 swords, and certainly not to repeat them. You know, something runs in the family, and it is, what do I want to say, like man-made, you know, human-made, I don't know what to say. You can be the one who cuts the ties to future generations, I feel. And not to put that extra weight on you, but, you know, it's just a fact. All right, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So that's exactly what she's doing. You know, these swords have affected her emotional house. He has affected the emotional house. And the Eight of Cups is about taking a moment and finding clarity within that. Because in no way am I meant to stay in the Eight of Cups. This is just, let's get this house back in order and let's move on from it. Eight of Cups is moving into the Nine of Cups, normally. I mean, we'll see. But, you know, that is, it's about self. Right? The 8 is about self, and then the 9 is also about self-satisfaction, self-fulfillment. You know, maybe the things that sometimes we get gratification off of things that maybe aren't healthful. You know, I often ask that question. Why are the things that are bad for us feel so good, and the things that are good for us don't feel so good? You know what I mean? All right, well, look at this. We have the Fool. So you're definitely cutting ties to the past hardship. I definitely feel you're getting understanding, maybe like never before. And the Fool, you know, that's freedom. That is free and clear energy. It doesn't affect me. The past doesn't affect, those swords don't affect me anymore, because you've done the hard work. So the Fool is about to begin a new journey. And the Fool is the one who's going to take a leap. Definitely going to take a leap. Okay. We have the Hermit. Card of Virgo. We have the Chariot. Look at this. Card of Cancer. And then we have Justice. Card of Libra. A lot of major arcanas, first of all. 3 in a row. However, Boys is telling a story. So, this Queen, again, I feel like if you're here, you're the Queen, has taken that time, or is being asked to take that time, you know, to really, it's almost like heal thyself, right? Because it's coming from the 8, so it's yourself, to help, at least help heal thyself, right? Your prayers are being heard. We already know that. But this Queen comes with a very specific purpose, and that is to see the details that maybe I've been missing. Maybe it's a different perspective. Anyway, I feel like that action happens. The Hermit just, to me, feels like, you know, what's the reward of all this? Well, the Hermit, who is the wise one, the enlightened one. And boy, does that make life different. The Hermit, you know, I feel like the Queen and the Ten of Swords is when I was in that Hermit energy, when I went into the cave, right? I did it with purpose. I went into that cave. I went into that dark night of the soul, so to speak. And because I did that, because I seeked, I almost feel like the Ace of Swords should be out here, because I seek the truth in the Hermit energy. You found it. Not just that, it's after the Fool. So you remain this Hermit, no matter what your sign is. You remain this energy. You remain the wise one, the enlightened one. Doesn't mean you can't, like, you know, have slips and stuff like that, but, you know, the wise one is illuminated, you know, their path is illuminated, their next step. And then you come to the Chariot. Well, hello. The Chariot is like a reward for all this work, for letting go of what was, understanding what has pinned me down. And justice next to that is the cutting of the ties. Some of you, this could be a literal divorce, but it's definitely the cutting of the ties. So you have as Chariot, which is a reward for figuring you out, figuring how, and sometimes, maybe I have to look at my mother, and maybe my mother was very difficult, was very unloving, or, or had, was not sober very often, that type of thing. So I'm looking at that with a different perspective. I'm looking at that like, what brought her to that, right? And what must that journey be like, right? So it's almost like I'm taking judgment out just so I can have understanding. Anyway, this queen, it's like that's all she's doing. She's going to figure that Ten of Swords out, and then there's the Chariot. Time to go. Justice, it does feel like the cutting of ties, because the energy above it is walking away. Walking out of that emotional experience, right? Beginning myself as the fool, as now the wise one, the enlightened one. Well, we have the Eight of Wands, which is very fast-moving energy. I feel like there's a lot of you who have you feel like you got purpose now. You're starting to feel your oats, so to speak, and what can be. Maybe you're understanding life. What I think about, I bring about. This is the universe returning what it is that you put out there. Well, in the Fool's energy, anything is possible. Anything is possible. We have the Three of Pentacles coming under the Hermit. I wasn't going to take this many cards, but, well, hello, Ace of Cups. So we have the Ace of Cups. First of all, that is, for some of you, I feel like you're finding a path of something that you truly will love to do, or you're doing something. It may be the beginning, like here's the Fool and then the Hermit, right? So taking my wisdom, and maybe I'm creating from that. I create from that. I put it out in the universe. And truly having a love for what I do. If that's the case, then what brought you here was way back here. So then you can kind of see and understand, like, okay, because I was able to break this apart, understand it with a spiritual lens, boy, does it changes me, and therefore it changes my life. I'm new, therefore I have new energy. So anyways, and what I feel like, like using this Hermit's energy in a creative way. We have the Five of Pentacles. And look at this. We have the Lovers. This is the second time, I think, this month that I had the Lovers and the Ace of Cups in the same row. First of all, card Gemini. Well, what can I say? I feel like... if I put this in a nutshell, I feel like there's many of you who are, you're becoming the warrior, and you're able to look at, your past, your swords, what holds you back, what keeps you emotionally trapped, and now you're looking at it maybe from another perspective, and it's giving you what I feel like is the freedom you need and you deserve. But, this is an important step. Like, this step cannot be skipped. It just can't. But anyway, I feel like many of you aren't. So then, again, it brings you to the Fool. Well, free and clear energy, which is also connected to Libra, or Justice. So for some of you, I feel like, and then you have the Five of Pentacles. Some of you are saying goodbye to someone. or at least you're cutting out their energy type of thing. You know, I feel like this is saying this is not easy, but it's worth it, right? It may be uncomfortable, but ultimately where you land it is so worth it, right? Because I don't know, you have the Chariot, and in the Chariot you have the Ace of Cups. You have the Three of Pentacles and the Lovers. You know, I feel like if anything, because they support each other, this is about when you do what you love, just maybe you find someone or someone finds you, or a new path opens within a path that also talks about love. Now, this is quite a connection. You may find, I often find this, that someone, and I kind of feel this is new, doesn't mean you don't know someone, but it's starting at a new, you know, like zero. Anyway, I feel like there's a possibility of two people who have similar types of experiences. So, I feel like, you know, my stability, my love doesn't lie in the past. I feel like it lies in the future, because this Five of Pentacles is looking over at this Ace of Cups, and she's got the Lovers here. So it's like this Lovers is attached to her, even if maybe she doesn't even know it. Maybe it just is what it is, so it's always there type of thing. Sometimes I feel it, maybe many times I don't. And, you know, where's she heading to from the Five of Pentacles? It talks about the struggle, no doubt. There's this, you know, it can be something that feels unexpected. Whatever it is, it's moving you in the right direction, because she's moving into the Six of Pentacles, which is a very soulmate type of energy. First of all, six, which is about relationships. Well, I don't know. Like, if this is a relationship, wow. You know, I haven't even used the clarifiers yet. I just realized that. This reading has a lot to say. All right. Well, hello, Star on the bottom of the deck. That's kind of beautiful. This may be the inspiration that you needed to finally examine that Ten of Swords and the emotional house and letting go, right? It could have been, you know, you're feeling inspired because, oh my God, look what's waiting. Or for some of you, I feel like you're already in it. Maybe you're in this energy where you figured out what it is you love to do. And no matter where you're at in it, maybe some of you, it's at the very beginning. That's okay. You know, because I feel like that's inspired also. Okay. Yours is going to be a long reading today, I can tell. It feels like there's a lot to cover. Let's bring in the Light Seers. We have Judgment. Wow. I mean, there you go. If you're looking for understanding, if you're looking for a rebirth, here it is. That's what Judgment is all about. You know, some of you, I feel like, you know, with Mother here, it's certainly talking about some who have a mother in spirit who watch out for them, really are part of their healing process. Look at the connection. right? It's my spiritual body connecting. And as I put it down there, it is touching Mother. So, Judgment's also about a rebirth. It's asking you to close the door to something, right? End a chapter. And we already know, right? It's coming over the Ten of Swords. It talks about being in the present moment, and so does the Fool. We have the Eight of Wands. Okay, well that makes sense. So being called to the present moment because something is moving quickly. Well, I mean, all of a sudden we have so much movement. We have a lot of Cancer in the reading. You know, it almost feels like once I have this clarity, everything starts moving. Everything starts moving quickly. You know where? Well, you seem to have a lot of control over it, because the Chariot to me is about your control over where this chariot goes. You know, you don't need the reins. It's like mind control. You tell the horses where to go, and therefore they do. Right? But it's like you have to see it. You have to believe it. You know, it has to be. So, you know, whatever it is you're trying to bring about, you know, if it's in a, I feel like this is the opportunity to bring something about in a very high type energy, vibration. Well, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This reading is just like so clear. So here's the Ace of Pentacles. This is an opportunity in whatever form it shows, but it's coming into the physical world. This is something that's tangible that you can touch, you can smell. Some type of opportunity. We have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands now coming over the Hermit and the Ten of Swords. So, you know, the Ten of Wands in this deck, and I really have to tell you, I love this deck, the Light Seers deck. My only complaint about it is that it's very thick, so it's hard to shuffle, but it'll probably last a lot longer because it's getting easier. Anyway, I love the imagery in it because I often feel it in this Ten of Wands. You know, I was on the mountaintop, right? Once I was on the mountaintop, but something happened to that mountaintop and it crumbled, right? It crumbled away. This is that realization of knowing when it's time to go, right? When it's time to end something, where I've taken it as far as I can. Sometimes it's a period where you were under a lot of responsibility. Some of it, and maybe it's how you handled that responsibility. You know, I just looked up at sobriety and the realization of that. But anyway, so this person leaves that mountaintop because there's nothing left there. But they know that there is another mountaintop, and that's where they're headed. Maybe they don't know where it is, but they start the journey, right? I like how this person takes what they can carry, right? I take what I can carry because the rest just doesn't matter. I feel like being immersed in the hermit type energy, this is where you come to that realization, right? But I have to say, again, the connection to above of this Ten of Swords, you know, I feel like this could certainly be giving you like a different look at the past, really with like a spiritual lens. And that means that there's no one judging it, right? Nobody, listen, it's not Judgment Day, right? This is just looking at it through a spiritual lens to absorb what it is I need to absorb, to cut out what I need to cut out. And that way I can be open, completely open to new opportunities. And then therefore they show. Nobody's saying it's easy. Everyone's saying it's worth it. And for some of you, I feel like you will just be surprised where you end up. I do. I feel like it could be life-changing. I know it's life-changing. All right, we have the Devil, card of Capricorn. Some of you, this Queen could definitely be a Capricorn. We have Cancer and Capricorn, with Hermit there in the mix. You know, it seems weird to me because I feel like, do Capricorn and Cancer go together? Because right now, for some reason, in this moment, just this moment, I'm feeling like they're like, opposite. Doesn't make one right, one wrong. It just is what I feel like it is at this moment. So that may just be that some of you are with someone who just the opposite of you. And I'm not feeling that as a good thing, because I feel like you're moving into an energy of where you're really moving towards your soul family more and more and more. You always had your soul family around you. It's just that we don't recognize that until we start to use that mindset. Not like they just magically show up, but in a way, sometimes, like, your paths are being guided, but you're the energy force behind it. We have the High Priestess. We have the Seven of Swords. This could very simply say that there has been, maybe I didn't have proof about someone, but I felt their energy of being untrustworthy. That type of energy, because I feel like the High Priestess, she's sitting over clarity. She's sitting over clarity, and then there's movement from that. Look at this. We have the Eight of Swords, so that's interesting. We go from the 7 to the 8 of Swords. Interesting. Eight of Swords. It's like, I feel like for some of you what this is talking about, because again, it's about yourself. Eight of Swords, right? It's it can be self-doubt, and that's kind of what I feel here. I feel this is a lot of self-doubt about you, about your gifts, about your creations, maybe about starting something. Why would there be so much doubt over that? Because you have the Hermit here, so it tells me spiritually, you've learned. But, the Seven of Swords makes me wonder if it's like the influence of someone else, someone else's choices that, I don't know. Because I feel that, truth be told, here is something that you will love. Like, it's just like, I love what I do. I love what I do. And it's connected to your wisdom. So the Eight of Swords kind of doesn't fit there, right? Probably in your, in your real, what do I want to say, mind? I don't know. It just doesn't fit there. And, the Ten of Wands is above that, so I feel like this is influenced. Like, this is influenced, like I maybe I tell myself that I don't know if I can do this. But yet everything is saying, oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Not just that, but, give yourself the opportunity. And listen, again, it doesn't mean things are easy. But if you focus on it, you'll grow it. And I feel like this puts you into an energy where I do feel like you truly love what you do. And not just that, I feel like then this is when we have the Lovers with the Ace of Cups and Three of Pentacles. This may be when you really, because the Lovers is attracting energy. Attracting energy. Some of you, I feel like the fear could be just that. Like, what if I attract a lover in and I'm not ready? Well, here's your answer. This is how you get ready, right? And then you come to the table in the Fool's energy. Here's the Ace of Pentacles above it. Here is the opportunity that shows. Here's the High Priestess. Some of you know what you know what you know. We have the Nine of Wands. Well, there you go. The Nine of Wands is all about the spiritual muscle that you gained from your journey. This is about your past and all that you've been through, and you know, how you push through. How you push through. I often feel the Nine of Wands is about lifetimes of strength. You know, like you've been here before. And that may mean in past lives. I'm not sure. Yeah, I am sure. Because that's what I feel like. You know, you've done this before. You can do this. We have the Emperor. Some of you, I'm telling you, it's starting your own business. And again, it's with the Hermit connected to that. You know, you have the wisdom. Even the Ace of Pentacles is giving you the opportunity. Now, that opportunity can be in many different ways. Know that. Anyways, the Emperor. Card of Aries. Some of you, this can be who you're divorcing. I don't know. Well, what's my last card? The Six of Pentacles. Exactly where you're removing. So, here's the Five of Pentacles. Again, I feel like some of you, you go through something. It may throw you off course, but truly it's really putting you on course, because out of that energy, if, you know, if you choose the right spiritual lens, you know, you have like, choose the lens to look through, I feel like you'll understand this journey. And nobody's saying it's easy. Everyone, you know, I feel like, no, it's been difficult, right? Difficult, but very, in the same breath, very, I don't even know how to explain it, because I feel like it's like a lift of energy and a letting go of all this weight, right? So, like, it's like, you know, I'm in an airplane and I drop weight so I can rise higher. Does that make sense? Anyway, we have the Six of Pentacles over the Lovers. Interesting that we start the line at the Three of Pentacles, right? So as I am doing, finding my way and finding what it is I'm loving, right? Because your uniqueness, listen, if you think, oh my God, like I'm so different or something like that, it is your uniqueness that is needed. So, no matter what other people have told you, let that fly away, right? No matter what they've told you, it's like your uniqueness is what is needed, right? It's what is needed. And so for some of you, I feel like start that business, because the Three of Pentacles then goes into the Lovers with the Six of Pentacles. So it's like, boom, Six of Pentacles may be the other half of the Lovers. And it may be attracted in this type of energy through your creative house. Maybe it's not from, you know, many people are like, oh, it's got to be the emotional house. Maybe not. Maybe as you stir your own creative juices and start to love what you do, it just naturally, because you have the Eight of Wands twice, naturally that's the energy you're putting out. So the universe is going to meet that energy. It's different, completely different than the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Come on. It's night and day. Therefore, your life will look so different too. You may, again, this has happened to me, where I'm living one type of lifestyle and then something like a tower moment happens, and I could feel guided towards another type of lifestyle, and here I am today. I'm completely different than what I was. Same perspective. Well, no, I shouldn't even say that. I have opened and learned and expanded so much through this journey. So anyway, what I'm saying is you never know where you're going to end up. So I feel like when these aces, these opportunities show themselves, don't allow the past to determine where you go next. Let it be your wisdom, right? You already have the wisdom, therefore you have the energy. Trust the energy. The high priestess, right? She can feel what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's not. Some of you, I feel like, just real quick, if maybe there is something you need to cut out. Maybe, let's just say drinking. Maybe you're drinking more than you should. But you would know this. You would know this. You know this. I just want to say, yes, it is an inner something you have to overcome within. But I also feel like consider who you're hanging out with. Considering who's around your atmosphere. They can greatly affect the energy. So consider that. Consider that. Anyway. This Emperor could be, card of Aries, by the way, could be the other part of the Lovers. Or you're just finding each other through your creative houses. And, I also want to say real quick, trust what you have to say. The Emperor brings stability to the situation. True stability. The Empress is the nurturer, and the Emperor is the one who is, I almost feel like responsible for building the foundation, to bring the, I don't know, all of a sudden I'm also feeling like he's the seeker, right, for new adventure. So anyways, this is after the fact. This is after what maybe Towers felt like. This is after, or even during the struggle, right? But after the movement. So, some of you, if you came here wondering if you should begin a business, and often the Nine of Wands, I feel like it's my own hand, so to speak. But definitely using the wisdom of the past, not the pain of the past, and creating from that. Listen, if you don't know, follow the signs, because I feel like they will be there. They will be there. And if you're looking for love, well, same thing. Don't hold on to the past. It just no longer serves you. And it keeps you in a certain type of vibration. So, therefore, does it shut the door to what it is you truly want? Here is a true connection, is the Ace of Cups and the Lovers. With the Six of Pentacles, what beautiful energy that is. The Six of Pentacles, this is the energy where, I don't know, like, I care more for my fellow people than I do for myself. And I don't mean that like, well, it's a give and take. It's a beautiful give and take. But this is a very compassionate type energy. This is where sometimes some of you may find yourself helping the underdog type energy, helping someone through, giving what I can. That's what the Six of Pentacles is about. Very charitable type energy. But I also I always feel very balanced. And I find it interesting we have the Three of Pentacles. Oh, I just realized we have two sixes. So, guys, I think I should leave there because I feel like this is just saying, this is showing you different parts of the journey, and I feel like you'll find yourself in here, but don't skip over the most important part, and that is this queen looking right at that Ten of Swords. She's looking right at it with purpose, and her purpose is to clear her emotional house once and for all. Judgment, her ancestors saying it's time for a rebirth. Allow yourself to have that. This queen definitely is, she's aware that, that my intentions are being sent out into the universe. She's very aware. And maybe she wants, she wants more. But she knows it has to come through this clean, fresh, new start type of energy. Okay, here I am. I'm going to start talking about the reading again. Let's read Mother Mary, health. This card comes to you as reassurance that your prayers about health and healing have reached heaven above. They may be answered differently than you expect. However, so it's important to stay alert and open to your intuitive feelings, which guide you to action steps. Take them, even if they seem illogical or unrelated to your prayers. Mother Mary sends you and your loved ones her blessings. Like her, you can receive and transmit God's magnificent healing love. You may even feel called to conduct healing sessions professionally, and this card assures you that your calling is fully supported by heaven. Wow, how beautiful. Guys, I felt like, this is why I always say you got to stick around to the end, because I love how these cards connect. I feel like I can't even say cards, like the energy. So it is definitely answering a question for many of you down here. Should I? Can I? This Eight of Swords. I feel like now you should trust that you can. Anyway, beautiful. Okay, let's read some writing. Oh. Mother Mary supports your intention to have a chemical-free lifestyle. She can guide your detoxification process and support you in choosing sobriety, one day at a time. A clear and sober mind is better able to concentrate during meditation and prayer, in the same way that a sober driver can better steer an automobile in a straight line. Your prayers for help in this regard can also reduce or even eliminate cravings for an unhealthful substance, so that sobriety is a pleasant and peaceful choice. Mother Mary's love will give you the feelings of comfort, bliss, and love that you once sought through substances. Okay. And Mother. This card says that your current situation is rooted in your feelings about your mother. The first thought that springs in mind right now is exactly what needs to be addressed and healed. Regardless of your mother's lifestyle or history, you are the one currently living with your feelings. So Mother Mary seeks to support you in gently adjusting the way you view your past to give you more freedom in your present and future life. As you hold a compassionate viewpoint towards your mother and see her as a fallible human who is doing the best she could, you heal in profound ways. Having a healed viewpoint concerning your mother allows you to be more open to receiving God's gifts, help from others, and messages from the divine. Ask Mother Mary for assistance in releasing any old or heavy emotions connected to your mother, so that you can better enjoy each moment of your life. Wow. It's funny, as I was reading that, I was thinking of my own sister, Tracy, who she's crossed now, but I remember she's very mad at my mother. And my mother already passed, and I used to say, Tracy, you just gotta let it go. like don't live in the pain of, what was. It's just interesting because that just came to mind. So anyway, all was revealed to my sister and my mother now. So anyways, guys, I'm going to leave the reading there. This felt very deep. This felt kind of life-changing. Course correcting. Putting on new paths. Some of you, new opportunities to enhance your pentacles, to build, to create, even create your own business. Don't fear it. Trust the wisdom you have gained. And I just can't help think that once you're on that path, and listen, it doesn't have to be a path to your own place, your own business, but for many of you, I feel it is. But anyway, I feel like you'll find, like your soul family, and I feel like we're all soul family. And that's why many of you do come here, because we are soul family. Maybe I'm just meant at this time to give the message. So anyway, but love. I'm talking about love, though, too. Like, true connection with someone. I'm seeing the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords, and I'm thinking, whatever was, if this is me hanging on to someone, maybe I feel responsible for them or something. I feel like, I don't know. First of all, I feel like you can love from afar. And next, I feel like, are you taking on? Have you taken on more than you should? Anyway, this is the clearing of that, so that you can begin fresh. I love you guys. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Number one, I know a lot of people don't, but what are you gonna do? Thank you for sharing the videos too. I truly appreciate that. Your comments, you fill in the lines for me. So I always welcome your comments. And I don't care if they're long, as long as they're in one comment, you know what I mean? And then reply under, like, you know what I mean? So, anyway, I love you all. I will see you in the readings. Bye-bye.